This is Seth David from the world-famous Nerd Enterprises Incorporated, bringing to you another special screencast. This time we're talking about keeping up with the pages, Facebook versus Google+. Who is going to win? My money's on both. Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call right now, 866-945-8070 for information about private trainings on anything you've seen me cover on the web. We record the live session so you can review it as often as you like afterwards. A lot of people woke up this morning to a few surprises when they opened up Facebook. My friend Lisa here says, Facebook looked one way when I went to sleep and totally different when I woke up. Okay, sometimes change is not good. Here's what's happening. You're seeing an ongoing battle between Google Plus and Facebook. And what's happening is Google Plus is trying hard to grab people from Facebook and other places and make them want to use Google Plus as their sort of home base in social media. So far it's working for a lot of techies like me, but for the average person who just wants to stay connected with friends and family, it hasn't been quite as alluring. However, Facebook is trying to keep up and keep even those people like myself from wanting to switch over to Google+. And what they're doing is they're trying to build in features and things to keep up with Larry Page, CEO of Google, who is constantly rolling out new features and new ways to make connecting with people a little bit more intuitive. So a lot of the focus now is on how you group and organize the people that you know. And that's what you're seeing a lot of here. You can now organize your friends in Facebook in accordance with sort of what area of your life they fit into. So Facebook has issued these smart lists here. And if I go to my home page, now I can click up here. It shows me Seth David. And I can click home. And either one, actually home takes me to the feed where I see everything that all the people I'm connected to or subscribed to now are posting. And if I click on my name here, it takes me to just what I've posted. And you'll see here my message where I talk about how Facebook gets a big fail on the way it organized the whole friends organization thing. But then upon further investigation I found out it's a little better than I thought, but it's still as usual not that intuitive. And I say as usual because this is typical of Facebook. They put the features in there, but they don't make it obvious how to find them, how to use them. So the first thing you really probably want to start doing is come over here to your friends list. And over here you'll see a list, of course, of all your friends, nothing new there. But what's sort of non-intuitive here is that I see that I've got all these friends checked off and they're obviously included in a group called Friends. What's not clear is that I can actually click on this and start organizing people a little better. The other thing, Facebook has created these smart lists. Again, can't access it from here. Again, a little non-intuitive. But if I go to the home feed by clicking on Facebook or clicking on my name, then I've got my lists over here. And I can choose more. And when I choose more, it takes me in. Again, not that intuitive. Facebook is putting in a few pop-ups here and there to try and help you understand how it works, but it's still not obvious. So I have to go to my home feed, again, to review. And actually I have to go to my live feed, I should say, not my home feed. My live feed is the one where I'm seeing everybody's stuff. Then I'll see lists over here. Then I can choose more. And here's where you can organize your lists, and that's where I suggest you go first. And Facebook has created these smart lists. They have a list here called Family, which I can click on. And Facebook will, of course, make suggestions as to who might be family. And a lot of it's based on, obviously, the same last name, but also people that you communicate with often. Like here's a guy, Stu Kurland, is actually part of my family, so I can click Add. And my pop-up's already come and gone on this, but when you do it for the first time, Facebook will actually let you know that these smart lists in particular have a special feature in that when you've added somebody to them, they'll be notified so that they can add you to their comparable family smart list. So that's kind of nice, but again, not the most important thing. Going back to the sort of master lists here, again, lists, click on more. It only appears when you move your mouse over there. Choose more, and you can start creating. You can create a new list. So I might want to. I've already got a list I created from the past called Comac High School, or I went to high school. Now I have to go through and start adding people to that list, and of course it's going to give me these suggestions, and these are in fact all people that it's coming up with who I did go to high school with. So I'm just clicking Add to add them in, and I can add all these people in. And that makes it a little bit easy. But my question was, in going through this, how do I easily go through and find a friend and add them to a particular list, or maybe several lists? And then we'll take a quick look at how this comes in handy when I'm actually sharing information. So I'll just add a couple more of these. Obviously I have to come back and finish. Actually, it looks like I've just got a couple left here. Great. And of course I can click see more suggestions. So the other question I had when I was going through this, which again wasn't obvious, was let's say I go, first of all, how do I get to all of my friends? From here, no way to do it. Again, not intuitive, Facebook. You kind of failed me on this one. But if I click my name here, then I can come here and see my whole friends list again. And now let's say I've got Aaron over here, and I want to add him to Comac High School, because I don't think he was there. I have to move my mouse over friends here. And then you'll have to notice here where it says show all lists. And he's already there in Comac High School. But if he wasn't, I could have checked him off to add him to that list. So that's how you can just go through your friends list and start organizing your contacts in terms of the lists. So let's see if Aileen here, she was already included. I'm trying to find somebody who I didn't actually go to Comac High School with, so I can show you an example. So I can move my mouse over here, it pops up, and I lost it, show all lists. And if I had in fact gone to high school with Alan Flyer, I could check him off and add him to the smart list for Comac High School. The lightning bolts are the smart lists. The other ones are the lists that you've created. So it figures out, because I've listed myself as having gone to Comac High School, it's added that list for me. And of course, if I go back to the home feed and then go back to lists and more over here, then I can start creating lists based on other areas of my life. I can create a list called clients, right? So because I have a lot of connections on here who are people I do business with, maybe that would be a better way. And of course I can start adding people to this list. So here's a question, manage list, rename list. There you go. So I can rename the list right here. I can call it business, because they may or may not be clients, but they may just people that I think of in the world of sort of business and colleagues. They, you get the point. So now, where does this really come into play? Why is this so important? When I go to update my status here, over here where it says public, I can now drop this down, choose see all lists, and I can choose to share just with a specific list. So I can share with only my Comac High School friends. And I can put a message up here and let people know, hey, just sharing here with my Comac High School friends. If I could type and talk at the same time, it would be helpful. No one else can see this. And I click post, and that way only somebody who I've included on that Comac High School friends list can see this message. So somebody who's not in that list can't see this message at all. See who this update is from. Just a comment on mutual friend status. Not important. But that's probably some of the core. Now this of course mimics Google's circle concept. If I go to Google Plus and I can see my stream, everything everybody's posting, it's the same concept. I have the circles. So here I have my circles. Now I think Google Plus works a little bit better in this realm. Facebook just improved. But the difference is if I wanted to, let's say, take this person and add her to another circle, I hover my mouse over and I can actually hover my mouse over here, and same thing, I get my list of circles, which is comparable to Facebook's list of friends groups, I guess. And I can check things off. So again, this is just to give you some quick insight into how Facebook is trying to keep up with what Google is doing. A lot of this concept is Google Plus's concept, and Facebook is jumping on that bandwagon because they're trying desperately to keep you. They don't want you to want to switch to Google Plus, so they're trying to say, essentially, hey, we're doing the same thing. We're giving you the same features, so stay with us. There's no need to go over to Google Plus. And I think they're a little scared because what Google Plus has that Facebook doesn't have is some other things where I can Google Plus really combines the best of everything. It's a blog. It's a microblog like Twitter. It gives me the ability to organize between friends. But mainly what I like about Google Plus personally that Facebook doesn't offer yet, and again I'm sure this is all going to change, is I can put a mini blog post in here and I can even have some formatting in it. I can put an asterisk around this and I can say, good morning everyone. And that's going to come out in a boldface font. It'll come out thick. I hope everyone is off to a great start. today, and I hope it stays that way. Now remember what I just showed you on Facebook, how you can choose whom you share it with. Same thing here, and keep in mind Google originated this. So here public means it goes out to absolutely everyone. Extended circles means it goes out to the people I'm connected with and all the people that they're connected with, which is kind of a nice feature. It's a great way to spam people. And over here I can of course choose from my list of other circles that I've created in order to choose whom I want to share information with. What's cool about this, that from what I can tell Facebook hasn't done yet, is if I really want to spam people, and I'm kidding about that, but let's say I want to actually make sure that people are notified about this post, I can move my mouse over that circle that I've included and check this box off that says notify about this post. What that means is as soon as I publish, they're going to get an email that lets them know that I've shared something with them specifically. I'm not going to do that here. But notice what happens here when I post my status update. I choose share, and it comes up right here. And notice good morning everyone is in bold, like I said, when you put the asterisks around it. That's great for posting a little mini blog, because in blogging you want to sort of highlight each paragraph with something that lets people know what's in that paragraph. It's sort of a blogging technique, because most people will read those highlights first to decide if they want to read more. So you always want to offer that to them to entice people to want to read more of what you've got to offer. So it's important. I still can't do any formatting like that in Facebook. It's just all plain text. So again, Facebook will probably change that, and Google, they're talking about, I was reading yesterday, really trying to integrate their blogging platform, which is Blogspot, with this, so that they can really offer you the full-fledged experience of combining blogging with tweeting, with just basic sharing and everything in one basic platform. That's really what Google Plus is doing. And a lot of the proponents of Google Plus are also essentially saying that what they like about Google Plus as opposed to Facebook is there's none of that Farmville stuff. There's none of this causes stuff. It's just straight up people sharing with one another, sharing information. I have a group here that I've created called Photography. These are all photographers who are sharing really, really cool pictures. This guy, Trey Ratcliffe, is amazing. So, I've just met some really cool new people. Facebook is sort of like where I've got all the people I've known for many years and people I've known more recently. But with Google Plus, for me, what's sort of exciting is it's really given me the opportunity to meet new people. Facebook is not so much conducive to meeting new people the way Google Plus is, because Facebook is structured such that it's sort of limited to only having you connect with people you know and friends of friends and so on and so forth. But Google Plus encourages me, kind of like Twitter did, to really go out there and find new people, look at what they're sharing, and to the extent that I find what they're sharing interesting, I can add them and start connecting with them. Facebook, again, is not so much conducive to meeting new people. It's more about finding people I already know and connecting with them. So that's kind of one of the key distinctions that I don't feel Facebook has caught up with. Now, business pages, real quick, and because YouTube lets me post longer videos, I'm going to keep going for a few minutes. 15-minute video here, max, is what I'll do. But if I go over to my business page here on Facebook, there's some new features here. One thing that I thought was pretty cool is this friend activity feature. I can click on this and I can see only the activity that involves people I'm actually connected with or friends with on my business page. So that's kind of a nice feature, although I would prefer it if they would show me any activity from anybody who's whatever you call it, who's liked my page, not just the people I'm friends with, because that's not included. If I go back to my wall, there are people here who have interacted with my wall, and I've got a ton of posts that came in overnight automatically. Like here, this Sharon Williams is here on my wall. I'm not actually connected with her as a friend on Facebook. She's just liked my page, so she doesn't show up there. And I would prefer it personally if she did. I'd like to see everyone who's interacted with my wall here, because A, I might want to become friends with them at that point since they're interacting with me, and B, I just like to see everyone, everywhere who's interacting with my wall. That's the point of it, so I can jump in and interact back with them, so I can respond to what they're doing. I can thank them for sort of, taking the time and paying attention to me. Let's see let's see what my friend Nicole here says about my status. Do you know how I can put my news feed in most recent order now? So let's take a look at that. Let's see live. Nicole will be very excited about this. How can I answer your question? So the question is, how can I put my news feed in order live? Well, news feed is here at the top, of course. and it shows me recent stories. What I can do is over here I can drop this down and I can say hide story. And over here I can say show me all updates, most updates, only important updates. So let me go back to Nicole and comment on her comment. She says, do you know how I can put my newsfeed in the most recent order now? Let me just type this out here real quick. You're in luck. I am literally recording this live, so you will have your answer when the video posts. And now I've gone over 15 minutes, but that's okay. So again, I don't know if I can answer her question specifically, sorry Nicole, but the closest I can come right now, and the best I can tell, because I'm just looking at this myself pretty much for the first time, is next to any of these stories, when you're in your news feed, you'll see this little arrow drop down, and you have some choices there in terms of hiding or including it. And it does appear to be in the most recent order anyway, but it is trying to recognize. So if I choose all updates, then it should show me everything, or it should include that in all updates. So I guess that's the question, is how do I get it to show me all updates instead of showing me things that are just included in most updates. If I go to click here, let's go to account settings maybe, or if I go home, all this says recent stories, so it's hard to tell. Again, this is sort of typical Facebook, not that intuitive. I'm not really sure if I'm seeing everything or if I'm only seeing the stuff that's included in most updates. This clearly is all updates. Let's jump down here. This is in most updates. So hard to tell for sure, but at least you can generally let Facebook know where you want people's stuff. So let's click Nicole is Nicole's responding. Awesome, thanks. So I'm not sure if I just go to messages here. Let's see where that takes me. So this is just messages directly between me and other people, you know, kind of the Facebook email. So again, it's not 100% clear to me. If somebody else is watching this and has some insight, feel free to post comments where you see this video posted. I'm going to wrap this up because we're at over 17 minutes plus the intro and the outro. So I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Post your questions, comments, wherever you see this video posted. Make sure you visit me on YouTube, youtube.com/nerdenterprises. Like my videos, comment on my videos. That really helps me. So if you found my video helpful, please comment on it, because that helps me. That lets YouTube know that people actually care about what I'm posting. Again, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you on the web. Join me here on Facebook. Join me on Google+. Circle me on Google+. Just search for me, Seth David. I'll be there. You'll see me with a picture of me and Ralphie. I'll speak to you soon. This has been a special presentation from Nerd Enterprises Incorporated called Keeping Up with the Pages, Facebook versus Google+. Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call me right now at 866-945-8070 for information about private trainings. Every private session is recorded so that you can review that recording afterwards as often as you like, maximizing your retention of the information we've covered. So again, call me right now at 866-945-8070, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you very soon.